Welcome back, second grade. This is Art with Mr. Mariani. I'm Mr. Mariani. Yesterday, we talked about perspective. And we talked about perspective is what an artist sees, and then how an artist decides to make that. So yesterday, we looked at how an artist looks at something, how they end up recreating it, making it again, using maybe a pencil, maybe using clay. You can use a lot of different art materials. So yesterday what we did is we looked at foreground, midground, background. And we talked about how things in the foreground are large, things in the midground get a little bit smaller, and things in the background are the smallest. So again, if we take a pencil and we hold our pencil up to the front, it's nice and large. It doesn't even fit on my screen. If I drop it down, it gets medium size. And if I put it all the way down to my paper, it gets small. So things that are close to us get larger. My hands are larger, smaller, 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 smaller as they go away from us. So today what we're gonna do is we are going to do another drawing. So the first thing I wanna do is I wanna make a horizontal line that goes across the top of my paper. Get it as straight as you can. Is it at the bottom? No, it's right at the top. That's a perfect spot for it. Then I'm going to take a dot and put it right in the middle. This is going to be called our vanishing point, and all our objects are going to go up into our vanishing point. So let's start with this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my vanishing point and I'm going to go to the corner of my paper. And I'm going to take my vanishing point and I'm going to go to the corner of my paper. So I have two corners of my paper and it goes right up into my vanishing point. Take your time, try to get your lines to be as straight as you can. If you want to use a ruler, if you have a ruler, that's a great thing to use. If you don't have a ruler, you can always use the side of a book. Let me see if I can show you. So if I didn't have a ruler, I could actually even use the side of my paper, maybe, from yesterday. I could use my side of my paper and I can draw along the side and draw along the side. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the very top corner and the very top corner. So now I have these lines. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be making some cacti. So I'm going to make a cactus. A cactus is a plant that's found in the desert. And most of you know it as this porkly, kind of dangerous looking plant. So what we're going to do today though is we're going to make some cacti that go from large to small. So think about let's start with the first one actually. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go to the top of my line up here and I'm going to make a long oval and I'm gonna bring a little there. I'm gonna come all the way down to the bottom and I'm gonna stop. So I went between these two lines. Now on this side, I'm gonna bring up again, come around and down to the bottom line and stop. Then if you want, you can put little leaves at the bottom. If you want to do these little lines inside. And then I like to make these little sharp triangles on my cactus to show that it is sharp and dangerous. Perfect. Cool. So now I have a very large one. So that's like if I was standing very close to that cactus. So now I'm gonna make a medium cactus. So I'm gonna go to the top again. I can make the exact same cactus. That's the nice part about this today. You don't have to recreate it. You can just kind of make the exact same one. Again, I have little stuff at the bottom. If I wanna do my triangles here, since they're medium, are gonna be a little bit smaller than they would be in the foreground. Now, we're going to start using those words that we were using yesterday, which are foreground, midground, and background. My last one is really small. So if you wanted to, you can draw it or you can make it into like a stick figure. But I have enough space where I can draw it, so I'm going to go ahead. And this time, instead of triangles, I'm just going to make little lines on top of it. So now what I have is I have foreground, I have midground, and I have background. And if you wanted to, you could put a little sun right over your vanishing point, make that hot desert sun maybe setting. You can draw in here, you can add in little mountains in the background if you wanted. You could add a lot of different details. You can even make some different details on the road. But what I want you guys to do for today's project is on this side then, I want you to make a cactus that's in the foreground, so that's going to be large. And then I want you to make a cactus in the midground, which means it's going to be medium. And then I want you to make a cactus in the background, which means it's going to be small. So again, we're still working with yesterday's concept of foreground, midground, background, large, medium, small. Close to me, going a little bit further away, very far away. Let's see what we can do. Also, feel free to email me your finished products. I'd love to see them. If you need a little bit of help with them, email me and I can take a look at them and let you know. I'm excited for you guys to work on this perspective challenge. And just remember today, foreground, midground, background, and vanishing points. Perfect. See you guys tomorrow.